Are you ready to buy a home? You've probably budgeted for your down payment, but what about all the other costs that come along with it? I'm Candace Fontes, your local real estate advisor here in Newburyport, and today I'm breaking down every cost buyers and sellers should expect so you won't have any surprises on closing day. Let's dive in. Here's a question. Do you know all the costs associated with closing on a home? Beyond the purchase price, there are other fees, taxes, must-have expenses that can add thousands to your bottom line, whether you're buying or selling. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not labeling these as hidden costs. When we dive into each one, you'll see that there is purpose behind all of them. This is a big investment after all, and you are hiring professionals to do their part to protect that investment, and that comes at a cost. The point here is to break it down in terms you can understand so you'll be fully prepared. First up is the home inspections. A general home inspection can run from $350 to over $1,000, depending on the size of the home. I've seen clients pay $1,700 for a home inspection before. And if you need specialized inspections like a radon, water test, or pest inspections, those add expenses. Skipping inspections, though, can lead to a huge repair cost later that you may not have budgeted for. So it's important to go over all the scenarios with your advisor. Remember, depending on the terms in your accepted offer, you may be able to negotiate using items that came up during that inspection. Now we move on to the attorney fees and loan costs. Attorney fees are usually $1,000 to $2,500. Some charge a flat fee while others will bill hourly. Personally, I'd like to use attorneys that charge by a flat fee because if you're weighing out all the time that they use revising your contracts, you'll be paying them a pretty pricey cost at the end. But if there is a place to cut costs, it's not with the attorney. They are a crucial part of the transaction. And a wise friend once told me, attorneys are like toilet paper. You get what you pay for. The loan fees include points, interest, and prepaids. You may need to buy down a point based on the mortgage. 1 point equals a percent of the loan, and you can lower your interest rate. Depending on how your lender has structured the loan, this may be required, or sometimes it's just recommended because it can lower your monthly payments. The interest is for the days remaining in the month that you closed in. Since your first mortgage payment isn't due till after your first full month after closing, you pay the interest for those few days up front. And then you have prepaids, which would be property taxes and homeowners insurance for the first year. Title search and title insurance are very important. A title search ensures that sellers have clear ownership and that there are no hidden claims or liens. This is typically handled by your attorney, but it has a separate fee because it is an optional service. The title insurance protects you and your lender in case undiscovered title issues come up later. It's a one-time fee at closing. I can't emphasize this enough. The title insurance is worth every penny. If someone challenges your ownership in the future because of a defect in the title, you can have a very expensive and frustrating problem ahead of you. Best to pay for the insurance and put it out of your mind. On closing day, buyers also pay for recording fees, legally register the home in your name, credit report fees, which your lender pulls your credit twice during the process, and the homestead declaration, which protects your home from certain creditors. I feel as though I could do an entire video on the homestead declaration all on its own. So keep an eye out for that video in the future. But for now, we'll just continue with costs at the closing table. I already mentioned you'll see homeowners insurance, but if your home is in a flood zone, you may need additional flood insurance too. It's not always obvious, so check with the FEMA website and double check with your lender. Lastly, you have the remainder of your down payment. And there you have it. That's a complete list of all the costs put together and shared with you before your closing day, so you know exactly what to expect when buying a home. Now let's talk about the sellers and what they have to pay. The biggest cost for a seller is probably the commissions. Here's another topic I can do an entire video on. The commissions are discussed and agreed upon well before a buyer even comes into the picture. The fees for professional representation will come directly out of the proceeds at closing. I'll break that topic down some other day in another video as well. Sellers also cover the transfer taxes and their own attorney fees. Occasionally, there may be a lien or encumbrance that needs to be paid off before providing a clear title. I've also seen a seller have to fix some plumbing that was not done correctly and then have the plumbing inspector come back out in order to close out a permit. All these details need to be sorted out before the sale can be finalized. For a lot of clients, prepping the home can have its own list of costs. We all know that a fresh coat of paint and great staging can help sell a house. but those costs have to come out of your seller's pocket up front. There may also be repairs and other improvements that may yield a greater return on investment. Think about turning your home into a product that you hope everyone will want. There you have it. Now you know all the costs of buying and selling a home. If you found this helpful, hit the like button and share it with someone that may be looking to buy or sell in the future. If you still have questions, drop them in the comments and I'll be sure to get back to you. Don't forget to subscribe for more real estate tips, and I'll see you in the next video.